2 days until we can pull Klee. It is currently 1 p.m, so 2 hours, 4 hours, so Tuesday evening. Or, yeah, kind of Tuesday evening we can pull Klee. I am so excited. I've been waiting for her since the game started. Since I started playing. So, today we are gonna pick up the mushrooms. For those who don't know, Klee needs these mushrooms, the Philanemo mushrooms. They're horrible to harvest, but we have Mika. So I'm actually playing a team I really like. This is my Razor Shatter team. And Mika has... he marks resources unique to Mondstadt. The other person who does this is Klee, but we're pulling for Klee, so I want to pre-farm for her. So team very easy. We have Mika, we have my Shatter Razor, which is pretty much just a Daycar for Moon's Rising build with EM. I don't have a spare EM Claymore at the moment, so he is just on his physical one, but it's all good. And then we have Fischl and Mitternachtswalds, also in this case with Golden Troop, and then we have Dahlia. I'm actually really excited. I want to make a video on Dahlia.
无论处在什么环境里，只要仔细探索，应该都可以找到通畅的道路。
Preparation. One thing I am also gonna do is if I get to a point in the farming like this, where I can see that dandelions are kind of messing up our map tracking, I am just going to replace Fischl with Sucrose. You can do that in all of the physical razor teams, it's just not as like useful, because you can play these teams as kind of a dual DPS, where you have Razor, you have Fischl, or you can play Sucrose as a support and kind of rush with it. But yeah, so we are trying to find these mushrooms. They're really difficult to track, because even if you have Mika, you just run into a problem where as you're trying to track the mushroom, the game goes like, would you like this dandelion seed instead? But there is actually a mushroom reservoir around here. There are also some above Mona's house that I haven't gotten yet. Yeah, I am so excited. It's gonna be so fun to play. If you haven't seen it yet, you can go back to the previous video in the series to see the kind of teams I'm running for her. There will also be an episode on Artifact farming because I currently have 0 fodder, and I haven't even finished my novel. So yeah. So in terms of collection areas, we have this one left, and then there's one in Springvale and one in Tom Winery, and that should be enough to get us closer to a level 90 Klee once we get her. I'm actually so excited. This is going to be a bit of a rambly video, but yeah. So one thing I actually really like with Klee is how incredibly cute she is. She is so cute, she is so happy, and she is so forgiving. Like, I really don't like Alex as a character, because we spent like years within game. There isn't really like a clear Genshin timeline of how long things are taking, but I think that like we've spent at least 2 years in Tevat as the Traveler, and in that time Alice hasn't visited Klee. Now of course she is on a mission, but you can see from like some of the summary events we've had where she just makes shenanigans and like turns up in Dodoko and like appears to us, that she could have just gone and seen her daughter, and she decided not to for some kind of reason. And I actually really dislike that about her. It's something that I actually dislike so much. I'm not gonna pull her no matter what her kid is. Like it's a little bit like Skirk. When they made Skirk's storyline to redeem her and so on, I just didn't found her redeemed enough, because like they kept on trying to redeem her, and I just don't think the way she treated her is particularly redeemable. And I think I'm gonna end up the same way with Klee. Because she is just such an innocent little child and she's been left alone. Obviously she's being taken care of by the knights, but at the same time, like, Jean putting her in solitary confinement as a form of, like, being put in the corner when she makes her little bombs. Like, that's not being productive parenting, even if, or like productive babysitting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just a little, I just don't like how Klee's being treated. But she is such a sweetie, and she is such a, she's gonna grow into such a horrible teenager. It's gonna be so fun. Like, if they ever let us see the characters grow up, Klee will just be an absolute menace as a teenager because she was already such a horrible little child. Yeah, I am considering at some point playing Klee and Razor together. I'm seriously thinking about it. Like playing like Razor Overload, maybe with like Klee, Chevreuse, and Bennett. Actually, Klee, Chevreuse, and Fisher. Because we can just do a triple hex and circle overload team. But it would also allow us to, for example, play the Raiden Shogun or like another Electro character in a Razor Overload team that isn't official. So that would actually be really fun. So now we're gonna go to Dawn Winery. Hate going to Dawn Winery, it's so awkwardly positioned. And I think then we're gonna be done with the collection for today. So we have around 55, so the rest of the, we need 165 to level 90 our character. I am kind of moving between level 80 and level 90 for Klee, but one thing I noticed with farming for Zabai and for Goro recently is that like within a week you can actually get quite a lot of level materials. So between getting her talent materials out of the battle pass and out of like doing enough runs to get her levels, her talents past level 2, I think it'll actually be possible to do quite a lot of book farming in the next couple of weeks. I am gonna try something. There are a lot of characters coming up that I just don't wanna pull. I just have no interest in them, like Varka, possibly Nicole, definitely Alice, and this will actually give me the space to level more characters and to just hoard some level materials and to hoard some ascension materials. So obviously I have to farm artifacts relatively soon, and I have been farming a little bit of a day of the witchcraft set, but I actually want to farm the boss materials to level 70 all of my characters over the next couple of months, just so that when there's somebody I want to build, like for example, I'd really like to play Dahlia and Abyss, I just don't have the materials right now. So if I'm looking at like the underleveled characters I have, there's a lot of boss drops I can farm to get a combination of Mora, boss materials, and artifacts, and fodder. And then I could also like finally have like a decent glad set, because at the moment all my gladiator pieces are very bad. And I can't remember like the last time I had a good gladiator piece. But yeah, so yeah, I am actually gonna at some point do an artifact route. I might just like put on a TV show I watched on YouTube recently while farming. Just to get some fodder for my Klee. I'm so excited. It is kind of funny, like I say my Klee, I don't have her yet, but I do have enough pulls to guarantee her on the Chronicles. Because I have 140 pulls and almost 150, and I'll get enough, you get enough star glitter with all of these pulls to kind of guarantee a double rare beating. Obviously we don't want a double rare beating, I would like to get earlies again. I haven't gotten early since I got a constellation of Sequence and Lally on her last banner. Okay, so that is it. We now have 162 mushrooms for you. We can get the rest of the battle pass. So that concludes our material farming for Klee. I am so excited. Stay tuned for more Klee farming, and I will see you around.